My little hook earrings. Okay, well, I want to show you this rug I made out of a scrap of burlap that I think is so beautiful. And I just think that you guys always have like a little edge of your burlap that is not very big, and how you can make something so beautiful with just a little area. So I want to show you that. And guess what? There's a new rug on the frame, so I'm going to talk about that. And I'm using velvet, but I don't have any of the velvet I'm using. But Joe, did the velvet just come in?
Yes, that's right.
The new velvet's just in. Angela figured out how to mic Joe, so we could be in for quite an event today. And I'm just looking at what else. Oh, Diane Lindsay, you were the winner of our challenge in January on DFS Social. So Diane, if you could email us, Diane Lindsay, and let us know, or maybe Kathy is going to email you as well, and let us know, we're going to send you a prize. So we just have a little prize to send off to you for winning the challenge. And the challenge was, she made a, what was the January challenge? Do you remember, Angela? Oh, it was about stories. It was about stories. And Diane Lindsay was picked at random to win that challenge. So, and now we have a challenge on, and it's all about love. So if you join DFS Social, you can post your rugs, and it's all about any rug about love. So any rug that you made for someone you love, any rug that is about love, and come on out and I'll show you our Valentines. First, I'm going to show you this rug. So this is the rug I made out of scraps of wool. All my scraps of blues with a little bit of green, and really just a scrap of linen that was on the end of another rug. And I'm just so happy with how it turned out. Joe ordered a frame for it, and I've been ordering my frames 1/4 of an inch bigger. So when you order a 6x6 frame, they're actually 6 1/4. Did you put that on the product, Joe? Yeah, so people know. We make them just a little bit bigger. But I think that turned out so good. And one of the things I love about these frames is just how, you know, like everything doesn't have to go on the wall. You can just actually put it on a side table. So over here is our Valentine area. And I just love how everybody's decorated their bags. Patricia went all crazy and wrapped everybody up a little gift. Greg actually did kind of join our Valentine thing, though he's not putting up a bag to collect. He did leave us a little note in the wool felt heart that says, "Take a handful of kisses." And we got our bags up. Everybody's bag's not up yet. So if you notice that I put on a new rug, you might want to notice that there's something to reveal today. And do we have lots of followers already? Are people watching?
I've got 92.
Oh, wow. 92 are watching from the website. Awesome. So we have a group watching on Facebook, Joe. Can you tell?
65.
Awesome. That's great. So this is good. So what I'm going to do today is I am going to reveal our goldenrod rug. But to do that, what I want to do is show you how to hang a rug. So let's hope for the best here. There's the rug. I've had a look at it already because I used this rug. I used it, we're working on a new design school. So a new, it's kind of design and style, isn't it, Angela? It's kind of a big course that I'm creating. So I'm going to take this down, and I may have to move my carts out of the way. And we are going to have a look at this big rug. I really like having furniture on wheels. It's kind of nice. So, Lorna, what's up with you?
Me?
Yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing? You're good?
You good?
Everything's good?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, so those are down. So if you want to hang a big rug, I think the simplest thing to do is to sort of kind of know where you want to put it. I'm just going to get some small nails out. And, you know, like any kind of little nail will do, but I'm just going to use some tacks like this. They're kind of like an upholstery tack. I'm going to try that. And, I was going to try to remember where. This is my favorite little hammer. And I like it because if it falls on you, you're not really going to hurt yourself too bad. And this is the nice thing about this hammer. I bought this at the Metropolitan Museum of Art gift shop. And look, it's a screwdriver on the inside. Isn't that great?
That's good to know since I'm usually looking for a little screwdriver.
Yeah, and then it has all kinds of other little size screwdrivers on the inside, right? It has
Deanne,
another.
you have a safety notice to lock the sides of the ladder.
The what? To lock the side of the ladder.
Yeah, the
Good
support arms
point.
are not in the locked position.
Good point,
Thank you, Ken.
Ken. Thank you.
Kenneth Bray.
God love him. Thank you. All right. So, now, if you were really sensible, you would get a level and do this. But I am not really sensible. So I'm just going to, I know kind of, I measured the rug, and I know I want it a little bit higher than where the other rug was. So what I do is I put 3 nails in. This might be a little heavy to handle by myself. That's too high, that one. What?
Would you like Greg?
Well, I was thinking you could come, but what do you think? Are you worried about the comments?
No.
So what I do is I bind the rug. So can you pass me the rug, Joe? I bind the rug. Oh no, it's right here.
Okay.
Sorry, I pointed there. So I want the sky side first. And do we have map pins here in the top drawer of my desk, Lorna?
Okay, do you want the back side?
Yeah, I just want it right here like this. So this is a heavy rug, right? This is about 20 pounds, I would say. Is it, Joe, do you think?
It's more than a bag of potatoes.
More than a bag of potatoes, yeah. So I'm gonna take the binding like this, and I'm just gonna lay it over my nails. Just like that. And Joe, you're gonna hold it up.
Yep.
Joe, you shook the ladder.
Oops, sorry.
That's okay. So you're gonna just hold that up like that?
I got her.
Are you good?
Yep.
Can I have the map pins?
I don't know where they're at.
They're right there,
right there.
top. Yep,
Right
that's
there.
great.
I'm looking in the drawer.
That's okay. You're doing grand. Thank you.
So that's interesting. You're not actually going through the rug.
No, I'm not going through the rug. I'm laying the binding of the rug over the nails. So I'm coming down now just for a second. And I'm just going to slide this over, Joe. And you guys are going to be my spotters to tell me. I really am excited to hang this rug. And you guys are going to get the reveal. And I put another, okay, you're going to let that go a little
Yep.
bit, Joe? You good?
Yep.
Right there? All right, so I'm going to hammer in another nail. Is this about straight, you guys?
Looks like it.
Looks pretty straight?
Yeah.
Okay.
What do you think, Eagle Eye?
Eagle eye.
I
Angela?
can't tell. You're in the way. Yeah, it's not bad.
Not bad.
Looks pretty good.
Okay. And you could actually just hang the rug like that if you wanted to. Now I'm going to go over on your side, Joe. So sometimes sorry, Joe, I don't want to get too close to you because
That's
I don't
all right.
have my mask on.
I'll go upstairs.
Okay. Okay. Oh, right there. There. Do you want to go down?
Down
You
on
go
the-
on the other side?
Down just a smidge, Dan.
Down just a smidge?
Do you want me to hold?
How does that look?
On the other side. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. I'm going to hammer in another nail. That up. Oh, goodness, it's lovely. Oh. I think it's going to be good. We've been working on this. I'd like to know when we started this, Ange. Do you have any idea?
Ooh.
Now I'm coming down to look, Joe.
Okay.
Oh, wow. This is the first time I've seen it. Wow.
I know. I don't remember half the stuff being on there.
Ah, wow, that's right. It looks great. So now we have this big buckle here. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to spread it out nice and flat, and I'm just going to pop a few map pins in it in a few places. Thank you, Joe.
You're welcome.
So in this rug, we've used so many yarns. I don't know. There's probably 100 in here, at least. I don't know. I always overestimate, so maybe there's not 100. I don't know, but there's a lot. Now I'm going to go up at the top because I don't like the way it's buckling over. So these are my map pins. Map pins are just like, they're like, you know, you had a visitor from here and here and here. They're little tiny short things. And you can buy them at, Lorna, where do you buy them at?
Any office place has them.
Any office store, pretty much, yeah. And I'm pushing through the rug. And it just kind of reinforces it, you know?
They're small, but they're mighty.
They
They
are quite
yeah.
mighty, aren't they? Considering what they're holding
Yeah,
up.
They're holding, yeah.
Yeah.
Always amazes me.
So, let's see what we got. Well, I'm pretty happy with that. And for a while, I've kind of wanted a really big rug right here. And what do you guys think of it? That's what I want to know. Tell me. What do you think of the birds in the sky? This is a new thing I've been doing. These clouds, they're kind of like birds and they're kind of like clouds.
Janet Munn said it reminds of driving down towards Cape Breton along the coast.
Oh, okay. That's a good thing.
Oh my goodness gracious, a thing of joy and beauty.
Ah, awesome. I just found a little piece that got pulled out. So I just got to fix that.
Yeah, someone said about it being gorgeous, but they liked the row of evergreens, and I don't remember seeing evergreens
I know.
when you were doing it.
No, I know. Me
Kinda
either.
shocked me today when I
Hardly.
was
Like
doing
it.
it.
I know. I'm like surprised they're there too. There's 2 loops that got pulled out. I'm just pulling those back. There
Really
we go.
beautiful, stellar,
Great.
stunning beyond words.
That's what I want to hear. Sorry, guys. I'm fishing for compliments. Can't help it. But like your knuckles, you know, your knuckles, like they deserve your fingers and your knuckles. They deserve a little love after hooking this. So let's get everything back in place. I'm just going to take this out of here. This is the big reveal today
Deanne, can you show a close-up of the map pin?
of the map pin. Sure, I can. This is a map pin right here. I'm just going to lay it right there and you guys could show a close-up of it.
There.
Works great. No damage to your rug. So now I'm just going to put my little carts back. These are just little IKEA carts. You can get these carts in all kinds of department stores. Right here like that. That's pretty nice. I'm pretty pleased. And I hung it here instead of out in the main studio because I just kind of want to get used to it. So the things I'm really liking about it is that row of spruce, definitely. I love the sky. I like this red in here, but I really love the outline. And if you remember early on when I started this rug, the outline of the leaves of the goldenrod were 3 different colors. And you could wonder why, but that's why, because it just gives it some interest and, you know, just a little change and interest in that foreground. And I can see how that color here is pulling this color down, and I kind of like that. I don't even know how to explain that, and I don't know what it is. I'm not formally trained as an artist. I just kind of rely on instinct and gut and, composition that I understand. And of course, this view here, again, view from my childhood home. So now I'm going to take some turquoise out here, some turquoise cloth, because a lot of you guys are saying, oh, you don't use much cloth. Well, I do. I use some. And I'm just going to cut it up out here. I don't use as much as I used to, but I still use it, So I'm just getting some, and this is a number 6 cutter. It changes. This is the honeydew cutter, and it also So over the next couple of weeks, I'm going to be working on this ocean area. This area is kind of like Sea Garden Abstract. The colors, the things that I used in Sea Garden Abstract, that's kind of what I was at. Okay, so let's go over here and hook some. You know what I like about hooking here now? Is that when I'm hooking, I got something that I was proud of the others and love the others, but I like the comfort and I just want to look at it from your guys' angle. How does it look when you're looking at it? Oh, yeah, nice. Okay, great. Alrighty. Okay, I'm going to tell you something I've been watching on TV that I've just been loving. Do you guys know what it is? Because I told my friend the other day, Lily, was texting her, I told her, and she said, Deanne, you told me that 4 times. But I've been loving this particular television show.
I don't think I've heard.
You haven't heard? Have you heard, Angela?
I think a couple times.
Thanks, Angela. How about you, Joe? Have you heard?
Are you watching Buffy the Vampire Slayer?
Maybe not.
That's a great show, though.
So these are 2 velvets. Don't look for them on the website because they just came in. Hey, Joe?
That's correct.
When are they going up?
They're going to be up between now and...
Okay, great. Gotta get my hammer out of here. I'm missing my hook with the pink cushion. I don't know where it is. I'm going to do a big search after this is done. It's really irritating when the one you rely on is gone. So, it just bugs me. And I don't know what I did with it. I finished this rug, the goldenrod, I finished it on Saturday. And I have no idea where it is. Has that ever happened to you, Joe?
Yep.
Lose your hook?
And the dog can't find it either.
No. Just bugs me. So, yeah, this will be on the website sometime in the next days.
So what's the TV show?
Oh, I thought you knew. I thought I told you twice.
I think I do. I just didn't want you to forget.
Yeah, I know I'm like that, aren't I?
Is it I think it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the Newfoundland one. Is that the one you're talking about?
The
renovation one.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, Randy.
Randy. That's right.
He has that kind of personality you feel like you know him even though you don't.
Yes, exactly. I just love that show.
Is it back on new or is it just old ones?
No, it's a whole new set. And what's it called? Home, what is it called? Gosh.
I know it, but I just can't think what name it now.
Home, rock, something in the rock.
Solid.
Rock solid bills. Rock solid bills. Yeah.
Oh, he's great.
And it is great, isn't it?
Well, it's just very homey.
Yeah. And so that's the area we used to go on Sundays where he's taking pictures and showing. So I just love watching it because when I was a kid, we'd go to Brigus and we'd go to Clark's Beach and we'd go to the Clark's Hotel at Clark's Beach and my father would have a beer and, cigarette and I'd be sitting there having a bag of chips and I just know this area and it's not far from where I grew up. So I think this show is brilliant. And I love home renovation shows anyway, right? But Rock Solid Bills is just so authentic and down to earth and I really like it. So you've been watching it too?
Well, I haven't watched it lately because it's but I have watched it in the past for sure.
So that's a recommendation from us for HGTV Rock Solid Bills, and you can be guaranteed
a good laugh.
A good laugh,
and
yeah, and a nice experience, right? Really beautiful. So I am now hooking the water, and what I'm doing is in the foreground of this rug, I'm going to try and kind of make it like Sea Garden Abstract. So this whole rug is kind of semi-abstract anyway. I've got some creatures on here that will maybe be on those next week, who knows. And I'm just using some different velvets. And what's drawn here is just an idea of what I'm hooking. So what I'm going to do here, and you know what, Wanda Elliott, who comes in a lot on her way back and forth to Newfoundland, she told me that Rowena Avery, who's been here for a workshop and took our harbor course, that she was having a rug on Rock Solid Bills, which was really nice. It was gonna be the big reveal last week, I think, on their Thursday night episode. Now I haven't seen it because I'm only good at catching reruns. I'm not a person who will say I'll show up Thursday night at 7 sometimes, even though I hope that you guys show up on Thursdays at 2, right? And I'm hopeless at showing up on time a lot of times. So now I'm just going to do the inside of this blue velvet with teal. See, I don't really know, like I have a design on here and it's a good design and I like it, but I think it's going to evolve quite a bit, so I don't want to get too overcommitted to it, to any element of it right now. I got a big tangle here. Just going to hook with you guys.
I gotta tell you, this morning when I was walking to work, I
Yes.
saw the most beautiful fox.
Oh, where did you see the fox?
He was right there, when you're going up the hill. He
Oh.
was in that valley right there.
Right.
And he was so bushy and red and big.
Oh.
He was just beautiful. I wish I could have had it together picture.
Little fox in the valley, like right when you're going up. Oh, right
Yeah,
there. I
yeah.
know where you mean, just up from the house
Yeah.
there, kind of.
Anyway, I
Yeah.
called my husband. He said, I just have to tell somebody.
I know, it's so beautiful.
And he's just like, okay, yeah.
Why do you think it is that spotting creatures like makes us so happy? But
I don't know,
it
it's
does,
beautiful.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it just made my whole morning.
Yeah. Are you like that, Angela, too?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Are you, Joe?
For the most part, unless it's something I don't want in my yard.
Well, in your yard is different because they can cause havoc. Look at that now. Look at that little pool of water. Isn't that nice? Oh, it's so beautiful. Okay, now I'm going to do it differently over here. I'm just going to fill the whole pool in.
Rich
That
gets
blue.
mad at me because I talk to the crows and I make them start talking to me. And they're so loud,
They are.
but they're fun.
I talk to the birds too. This morning, the littlest bird was high in a tree, and you know that song, the littlest birds have the prettiest songs. I think it's true. It's just such a pretty sound when I was walking.
Did you notice all the tracks, like the trapping you were going down the road?
Yeah, I did. I wondered if it was like a little fox
I don't know
or.
if it's a fox or if it was a fox or a bobcat.
I know. I think there's a bobcat around because it looked like a cat.
Well, we have one in the yard. Like the tracks
You
went
do?
from my backyard
Yeah.
all the way down the road, all the way up to like the soccer fields.
Wow. They really get around.
Yeah, like those same tracks went all the way up.
Really?
Somebody posted a photo that in
Okay.
Amherst that it was on their back doorstep. On their
Yes,
deck.
that's right. They did. So now I'm going to bring this blue down here. So look at these colors and how they're working together. They're just, look at that, the aqua with the blue. Isn't that beautiful? And sometimes for me, when I'm making a rug, that's just enough. Just the way it goes. So what'd you learn today? You learned about, are we getting close to, Ange? We got time left.
We got 10 minutes.
We got 10 minutes. So we learned about hanging rugs and about using map pins and how great map pins are to help, and how you do need help when you're hanging a really big rug like that. But it doesn't have, you can get a really big rug and you can hang a really big rug quite easily. Just watch the rug fall down behind me now or something. But you can get a really big rug and you can hang it quite easily. It doesn't have to be a chore. You don't have to have a fancy binding. You don't have to have what do they call those rods that you put in behind? Like, you don't have to have a rod in behind it.
Dowel.
A dowel, thank you. You don't have to have a dowel. You can just simply put a row of nails into your wall and lay the binding of the rug over the nails. Oh, I am just loving this blue. So this blue, I don't think we have this blue anymore, do we, Joe?
I will have to see what it is. I'll come see.
Yeah, I don't know if we have. I don't think we did have that for a while, but we don't have it overdyed like this.
Like
No, that's
Looks
this
like
one here.
Cascade.
we have it. We could overdye it.
Yeah, we don't have it on the website. So I'm not telling you much about what's on the website this week, but I do have some things out there we'll show you at the end of the show for sure. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to, I got to be careful not to just want to keep changing. And I always tell you that, like, if you always keep changing, you won't have any big bodies and areas. And if you keep changing your wool, you need to focus and have areas of one single color in a big rug like this for sure. So there we go. Look at that.
Andre Benson said if rug hooking was a sport, you'd be winning gold.
Yeah, except, if rug hooking was a sport, I'd be afraid of the hook. Because I'm always afraid of the ball. I was the person in the field, I'd show up in a skirt to play baseball. Like, it just never worked for me. And then I'd be like, oh, the ball's coming at me. I don't want the ball to come at me. Oh, I don't want to. Okay.
Annette Pepper wants to know if this one's going to be as large as the last one.
No, not quite. It's not as large. I think the last one was on 2 yards of linen, and this one's on 1. But yesterday, I was kind of planning. I was just afraid. This one, see, I was afraid. I was afraid. Listen to that. All the things I tell you not to be afraid to waste your time. But I was afraid with this rug. I don't quite know what I'm doing. I'm experimenting with something I've never done before, and I thought 3 weeks would be enough time to take a chance on. And so I didn't make it, because I think we were on that one for about 6 weeks, weren't we? Almost. We started it in early January. I don't think I hooked anything else. So I figure this is going to be, quite a bit of time.
Francis, I wonder if you ever cut your thumb with your hook. Yes.
I did a couple of weeks ago. You see the little callus I have there? Anyway, I do sometimes. I hook the skin on my, I can't even talk about it, Francis. I'm sorry. Yeah, just hurts.
Linda was just asking, she said she has a hard time keeping each stitch even.
She has a hard time keeping each stitch even. So I'm just going to show Linda what sometimes happens, but I'm going to do it in another spot here. So what sometimes happens is she will bring one up and then bring another up and pull that one out, right? So what you got to do is you got to practice.
Yeah, you got a piece of fluff on there. Sorry.
Getting in the way. You got to practice just like my mother. I'll just show you how my mother used to do it. So if my mother brought up a piece of cloth, she would bring it up and then she would go like this. Just watch. And she'd make it even with the other one. So that, if you want to be really particular, you could do that. But I think what you really need to do is just get a rhythm and get a tension growing. Yeah, and that will happen with practice. So what I would say is just hook a background, or like hook 4x4 of the same color, 4x4 inches, and just get used to that kind of movement. So, you can, and they don't have to be perfectly even. A lot of times people get worried about them being perfectly even. If you just sort of relax and let it go, eventually they will start to even out. Okay, here's my ends. Now I feel like I need some of that cloth. I need some drama in here. See how everything's getting everything's kind of the same subtle tone. So I'm going to take a turquoise and throw it in here and just throw everything off kilter a little bit and see what happens. There we go. And this is a turquoise cloth and it's over dyed. It's funny, I can't hook quite as good with this hook. Like in about an hour, I'll be able to hook just as good with this hook as I did with my pink sponge. But at first, it just takes me a little to get used to them, the new ones.
It's probably hidden in your chair.
I tried, I looked. Yeah, I had a look down there, but I cannot find it. I don't know. I know it's not too far. Look at that. See, that just really, look at that. Like, see, that's what gets me going. That's what keeps me hooking, is that when I see new color combinations come together, I'm like so surprised. Oh, Angela's telling me I'm missing out on the time. All right, so I'm going to show you what we got for you this week, our new wools. And thank you for sharing rug hooking, because when you share rug hooking, you share a beautiful thing. We all know that it brings community and friendship and all kinds of things, and I appreciate it, and I know that the new people learning appreciate it too. One of the things we're doing in the studio is we're developing new wholesale accounts where we're selling our rug hooking kits, our beginner rug hooking kits to stores. So that's one thing that we are doing, and we're excited by that. We have 2 orders that we're getting ready to send out this week. One to a new store and one as a refill to a store, because they do sell well. So if you know a store in your area that wants to sell the rug hooking kits, they should get in touch with us for sure. I'm going to bring in, I know it's getting late, but I just want to bring in a little cream, right, just for 1 second before. Just want to see what that looks like. I just want you to see that before we go. Oh yeah, that's really pretty. Okay, so that's sort of the color palette that we're going with. Joe created something beautiful in the studio this week that I think is really lovely.
Well, thanks to Greg.
Thanks to Greg, because Greg dyed them. But it's called Lots of Hosta. Is it Lots of Hosta? How do you say?
Lots of hosta.
Lots of Hosta. And there's 3 sort of Hosta colors in this package. We don't have very many of these, Joe, and we can't make more, right? Because we don't have any of the yarns?
That's correct.
Yeah, okay. So how many is there? 10?
10 or 15.
10 or 15. All right. There's 10 or 15 of these out there. So we've got our Hosta, which is our studio dyed Hosta, and then we have 2 boucles that are over dyed Hostas, and that I just think that those are really beautiful yarns. I'm just going to unwind them for you, and you can see them, but they are really, really lovely. So there's a boucle and a boucle and a Hosta right there. So if you're doing like foliage and plants, these are just 3 gorgeous greens that I think you'd really benefit from. Okay. The other thing I want to talk about is we have a new yarn, a finer yarn. I'm wondering if that blue will work in my, and it's called Big Merino, but it's really a drops, and it's a unicolor. It's a solid color, and it's very fine merino yarn, kind of like a superwash. We have that on the website, and we have it in 5 colors. This is the big news this week, is that Woolbox is changing on Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio. Instead of having at Deanne Fitzpatrick Studio, instead of having a photograph, we are having a rug as the inspiration and a quote. So each month you'll get a card with a quote and an inspiration, a quote and a rug for inspiration. And then we are changing our Woolbox to reflect what people are asking us to do. So instead of having more cloth and less yarn, we're switching it to have more yarn and less cloth. So it'll still be the same value of yarn or value of wool that we had before, but we're changing over our images to rugs. I used to take photography, but we thought that just sort of more in line with what we're doing. And because I wrote meditations for makers, I have a lot of small little meditations that I do in the Sunday letters, and so we'll probably capture something. So like this one said, I just believe that if there is all that inspiration out there in the world, I might as well take in as much of it as I can. I just hold my arms out and hold as much as I can, which is true. That's what I do. And so if you're interested, Woolbox is going to be more yarn, less cloth. And that's exciting for us.
$99.
It's $99. And does that include shipping? That includes your shipping. So that's what we have for you this week. Every week we have something new because we are a business and 12 people work here. And I think they're kind of 12 happy people because happy, because look what we're doing. We're just having a little bit of fun. And I have another rug that I'll show you next week. And I'm going to show you Joe's rug next week because he just finished a new rug. So thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time. Many of you joined up for the Iris course, and that's going to. Angela has pretty much gotten it ready. I think, Angela, have you? And we're
Almost. Just have to add a few photos.
We're just going to be sending that out soon. We only have a few kits left, Joe. I think there's 4 triptychs left.
4 triptychs.
And that's pretty much it. We can do some patterns because Brenda will do the patterns for us. But we're getting ready we're probably going to release that before the 28th if we can. We're just going to get going.
About Woolbox, monthly or quarterly?
Woolbox, you can do it monthly or you can do it quarterly. So just know that we're here, and as things open up, we're looking forward to your visit. We know you're going to come this summer. We just feel like a lot of you are going to visit us, and we're missing you. We're missing your company. So see you later, and I'm going to tell you my big win from this live. is that I didn't fall off the ladder, and this video didn't go viral because I fell off the ladder. Because it did occur to me. See you guys. Take care. Oh, here comes Adriana. Take care.
Can you pan the rug one more time before you go?
Oh, you want to pan
Pan
the
the
rug?
rug?
Okay.
Say hi, Adriana.
I'm saying I'm intruding.
No, it's okay. We're just doing our live. It's fine. Adriana works at Mansour's at my husband's store. Yeah, come on in. We're good. What's up?
The big rug?
The big
No.
rug.
I'm really glad I didn't walk ahead and grab one of those. Like I was.
Oh, yeah. No, you're welcome to. Help yourself. Help yourself. No, I don't think so. 1 second, I can tell you though. Episode 84, Lorna.
Gosh, this is beautiful.
I think
Oh.
it came out really nice too. It's a beauty. Yeah, it came out beautiful.
Yeah, it did.